guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing really well. So I think back in February I got the Naked on the Run palette and I was completely obsessed with it. I still am. I just love the packaging, I love the shadows. You can see my full review, and I did kind of like a Valentine's tutorial, which is still a really nice look to create for spring and date nights, so I'll link that below. I kind of put out like a little thing on Instagram with all my kind of like favourite eyeshadow palettes, asking which one should I do some more tutorials with, and this one was the most requested. So over the next few weeks I am going to be creating a few different looks with this Naked on the Run palette. So I'm going to do like an everyday look, which is this, and then like a daytime event, and then maybe more like a evening smoky eye going out tutorial, and then there'll be the bonus one of my initial on the run tutorial that I did. So I'm going to keep all the looks quite different. I'll be changing up the lips, and I'll obviously have to use kind of like foundations and primers and things which aren't in the palette, but I'm going to try and do as much as I can with the stuff that's in this palette. So for instance, today I have powder contoured using the shadows in this palette. So the idea is to fully utilise this one palette, because you've got 5 eyeshadows, you've got a highlighter, a bronzer, a blusher, you've got a lip product, mascara, eyeliner, so you shouldn't have to carry much more with you when you are kind of on your travels and on the run. And also it's a good test for me for when I am going on holidays in a couple of weeks. I'm doing a bit of a road trip around some part of the US. My geography is so bad, but I know that we're starting off in Arizona and then ending up in San Francisco, so it'll be a good test for me to see how much I can do with one palette, and if this palette is going to be all I need to take when I go. Here comes look 1, which is the everyday makeup tutorial. Okay, so here I am, quite barefaced. I have kind of prepped my skin a little bit, so I'll talk about that when we go to finish off the skin. Just going to start off with an eye primer, which you don't get in the palette, but I like to use an eye primer, so I'm just going to use the Benefit Stay Don't Stray. Just a few dots. And I just use my fingers to blend this in because it's easy. So normally, or sometimes I do have one eye done already, but because this is like an easy everyday look, I just thought, why not go straight into it, doing it on both eyes. Okay, so with a kind of like a medium-sized blending brush, I'm going to go straight in with this bronzing shade, and I'm just going to put this in my crease and above, and this is just going to warm up the eye area. Going on my lid and literally just going into the crease. Then I am, on the same blending brush, I'm going to take this light brown matte shade, and I'm just going to put that all over my lid. If you just want to brighten up your eyes a little bit more, you can just take this highlighter shade on the same brush, tap it out and just put it into your inner corners. Kind of just concentrating on the inner corners, and that will just brighten up the eyes. It's kind of like a nice touch for spring or summer. And then taking a smaller blending brush or crease brush, I'm going to take the next matte brown shade and work this into my crease, just on my outer crease. So we're kind of just contouring the eyes a little bit. Eyeshadows done, to be honest. That is it. It's a really easy, everyday, simple look. And then I'm going to take the 24/7 Glide On, which you get in the palette, in this colour Stag. It's not very sharp, but I'm just going to literally just go really close to my lash line, just along the top. Same line on my waterline. Before applying mascara, I'm going to go and just finish off the rest of my skin. because that's just the order I do things in. For my skin, I started off prepped my skin with some primer, and I used Benefit Professional by Benefit. Obviously this doesn't come in the palette, but I just always feel I need a primer. And then for this everyday look, I am wearing the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation, which I'm absolutely loving, and I will be doing a full review of this on my blog very soon, so keep an eye out for that. It literally feels like I'm wearing nothing. It's almost like a BB cream or tinted moisturiser. Contoured my face with a cream contour, and this is my NARS Multiple in the shade Cappadocia. So I literally just went here, here and down my nose and just blended that out. So now I'm just going to highlight with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and conceal just under my eyes. You've seen the videos for this. My powder contour, I'm actually going to use this mid matte brown shade here. Take my usual contour brush and I'm just pinching it a little bit. And I'm just going to go in the hollows of my cheeks and blend that in. And I do like this shade because it's got kind of like a grey undertone to it, so it creates a nice shadow for when you are contouring. We'll warm this bit up with the bronzer so it doesn't look kind of grey. And I'm going to do the same along my nose with a MAC 217. My same contour brush, just taking the actual bronzy shade and just warming that whole area up. Doing in the contour. And I actually do this before I apply my powder, just so I can spread it all in with the powder after. So I think that looks quite good as a contour shade. So I think you can just use this palette. So I'm going to take my Real Techniques setting brush and my NARS pressed powder in the shade Beach, and I'm just going here. This foundation is quite matte, so it's up to you if you want a powder brush to your face or not, but you do need to set your concealer. I don't know if you can see, but this has gone like a little bit muddy looking here, so I have to try and clean that up. No, that eyeshadow is, these eyeshadows are great for contouring on your face, fine for the eyes. I'm just going to take my angled blusher brush, take that bronzer and just kind of blend it all in here so it kind of looks a bit neater and not so muddy. How that looks better. Let's see on the other side. So this bronzer is nice, and then just take it along my forehead. So it looks a bit bronzed. Okay, so now we can finish eyes. So I'm just going to go back and take that Guide Stag and just trace it on my bottom lash line. This step is completely optional. Some people might find this a bit heavy for every day. I still like to do this for an everyday look, but if you want to go for a more simple look, then you can just leave this step out. And then just using an angled eyeliner brush just to make that a tiny bit and make it look nice and natural. And then for the mascara, so you get the Perversion mascara in the palette. Off the face with some blusher, and I'm just taking this gorgeous blush. I love this blusher, it's just such an easy pink. I think that falls on my cheeks. And for the lip, what I have done is a little cheat here. The NARS Velvet Lip Pencils actually fit in the slot of the lip gloss, so I've just put a NARS one in there because for a daytime, everyday daytime look, I don't need lip gloss, and I don't really wear lip gloss generally a lot. But this is the shade Dulce Vita, so I'm just going to apply this. The There you go guys, that's really easy everyday makeup look to do with the Naked on the Run palette. I have literally not used any shimmer shades at all. I've just kept the eyes really matte and just generally the whole face really matte actually. With a bit of a muddy start, it's blended out quite well with the bronzer, so I'm really happy with that finish. And I'm so happy that my NARS lip pencils fit in the slot instead of the lip gloss. And I've just used that just to give the whole look a bit of colour and just keeping the eyes really matte and simple, which as I said is a huge trend for autumn winter, so it's good to start practicing now. So this is my first look for the On the Run series. So I'm going to be doing 3 looks with one palette, and there's going to be the bonus look of the Valentine's tutorial that I created back in February, which is my kind of like first impressions and review of this palette, so I'll link that below as well. So if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, comment below, let me know what you think, and let me know if there's any other palettes you would like me to do this kind of like different looks with one palette tutorial thingy with. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter for instant updates, and all the products that I have used here will be on my blog secretstylepal.com, so don't forget to check that out. I will see you back soon. Bye.